Hello everyone, and we are back with a new good video again, if I may say so myself. Today we are going to be covering what you should do if you don't know what your best type of client is, if you don't know who your niche is, if you don't know who to sell to, if you don't know who your ideal client profile consists of. We are going to cover that in today's video. Before we dive in, if you don't know who I am, that's the recording of the previous video. Go and watch that, that's another banger. My name is Sven, I'm the co-founder at Blinked, and together with our team, we grow your bottom line. That's the main goal of the entire partnership that we have with clients, not booking meetings, not whatever, of course, that's a part of, but we want to make your business more healthy. We want to create more revenue, get you in a better position as a founder, CEO, senior, or whatever. We just want to create your business and grow it with you, because that's what we are passionate about, growing and scaling businesses. But let's dive into the juicy stuff. The title says it all, and I want to kick this one off with a question, because for yourself, have a think right now. Feel free to pause the video and actually have a think on it if that's what you want to do. But please try to define in one sentence who your ideal client is, because you should be able to do that. Your description of your client shouldn't be, yes, we work with this type of market, and we have built this for those types of people, and we basically do everything for everyone. We try to be everything to everyone. That shouldn't be the description of who you need and want to work with. And it's important to get this dialed in, because it has influence on a lot of stuff within your business. So like the prices that you can charge for what you do, the length of your sales cycle, the overall ease of booking new meetings, like overall positioning and finding product market fit. It all ties back in how well do you know who to sell to, and for what people can you solve the best problems, essentially. So internally, and this is what we implement for clients and what we actually do for our clients, we take away the entire need for them to do this themselves. But we have a very specific way of defining who you should sell to, and that is something that you shouldn't do based on a gut feeling. You should actually collect data. It shouldn't be like, okay, yeah, I think we did the most projects within fintech, for example. That's not the way to go. And also, if you actually did the most projects in fintech, doesn't mean that you should be selling to fintech. But I'm diving deeper into why that is. So, as you are used to up until now in this channel, we basically give away everything for free. So buckle up, make some notes, because the stuff that we are going to go through right now, you can all implement that on your own, take that away, start doing that, and start refining your positioning and searching for a better product market fit. What I want you to do is to kick this off is go ahead and put together a list of all of the successful case studies that you have done with your clients over the last few years. So all of the stuff that you've made for them and all of the clients that you work with, go and collect them and put it in an Excel sheet, or I don't know, Notion, whatever you use. But make sure that you get a clear one-pager report of who you have worked with. Then for every client, we are going to answer these questions. And I know this looks like a lot to do, but this is so valuable, and this is something that you definitely shouldn't skip out on. Just take my advice on that. So what we are going to do: what's the name of the client? Speaks for itself. What's their industry? Who's the main point of contact? This is quite high level, but I'll go into why this is important. Who signed the contract / managed commercials, and who's using the final product. So I kind of want to group these into one. Name of the client is, of course, just to get an overview. What is their industry is to later on spot certain trends. What kind of people do we work with? What kind of industry are we primarily active in? And also to tie certain problems back to certain industries. Who's the main point of contact? And that is important, because when you start reaching out to people, a lot of people see a lead as one company is one lead, but that couldn't be further from the truth, because within a company, you, for example, have the main point of contact. That's an entrance. The person who signed the contract is an entrance. The person who is using the final product is an entrance. And then you have multiple different entries aside from these that you can leverage. So usually with one business, you have a minimum of 5 entries that you can find. So that's very different to if you had 10K businesses is 10K leads. then you get at least 50k leads. So yeah, just a different way to think about it. So want to know who the main point of contact is, to see who are we reaching out to, who signed the contract, commercials, and who's using the final product. Because on this level, like what usually happens is something starts like in the trenches on the actual floor between colleagues, and then a certain problem arises and it's like pushed forward to the manager and then another level higher if necessary. But it all starts on like with employees themselves. So that's also a very good like target market to reach out to. Then what are the insights regarding the sales process? Was it a cold lead? Was it a warm lead? Was it a referral? Did they close quickly? Was it a long sales cycle? Is it a very demanding client? Just an overall overview of what did the sales process look like, and like in what manner did we actually close them. Profit margin or overall margin for the project, and you can probably add one in here, and that could be the ticket size if you want to get that information as well in the entire overview. So get the ticket size, profit for the project, and this is important later on to see like, okay, you can have a very big project with a very long sales cycle because it's a corporate company that you're working with. Margin is a little lower because it's a demanding company to work with, because you need to spend a lot of time on working with corporates or bigger companies. And then on the other hand, it could be that you work with a like small, medium business, but your profit margin is a little higher because they're easier to work with, trust you more, don't want to influence everything. Ticket size is probably way lower, but if your profit margin is higher, sales cycle is way shorter, then it could probably make sense to like focus your arrows on that market instead of the other one, because you can make more money in one market. So that's why we collect this. What was the problem they faced? So why did they start looking into a solution? Because no one buys for fun. Everyone wants a solution for a specific problem. What are the solutions that have been created? So like what kind of project or product have you guys developed for them? Like how did you start solving the problem that they had? And what is the result of the solution? And if possible, make it quantifiable, because that improves like the overall positioning of the transformation. So it is again, current situation, desired situation, and result. So that entirely is the transformation that you have like taking your client through essentially. And lastly, did you like working on the project? Also very important, because you could have a market that you have good case studies in, have good profit margins on the projects that you do, but if you don't like working with them, do you want to pursue a market like that? Then, if you have collected all of this information, you can start defining trends and start connecting dots. So like I mentioned earlier, okay, we have 5 markets that we've worked with so far, and we can see that within the, EdTech market, our margin is the highest. Okay, then you can start looking at why is that? Like, are these clients just easy to work with? Do they have an in-house team that we like partner with or work well with? Like what is an overall trend on why certain things start happening? So instead of thinking of, okay, I think we have the most within that market, you actually have data to make certain decisions. Also, we can see, okay, all of the people where we got a quantifiable outcome, we were able to charge more, for example, because if someone can get a quantifiable outcome, they are probably willing to invest more than just getting an app, for example. So doing this, you can actually start like seeing the trends and defining who you should sell to, what your ICP is, and where you can make the most money. If that all on its own is not enough, then you have another interview or another method that we implement for clients, which is the interview method. I made a good video again on that with like all of the information that you can leverage. I'll scroll through it so you can pause the video, and it's also online on our YouTube channel. So that's it for now. If you want any help with doing this, or if you're like, okay, this is taking way too much of my time and I want help implementing this, feel free to reach out. The door is always open, and I'm happy to explore if our values match, if your value proposition matches with what we're good at, and just to see if we can take your business to the next level, essentially. Thanks for today. Thank you for your attention and for listening to me. I hope you got value from this, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.